Hello and welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a while, and it is a get ready with me tutorial kind of video. I'm going to be putting makeup on. I'm a new mom, if you did not know that already. I have a 6-month-old baby boy and I'm going to kind of just show you how I do my makeup almost every day. I don't have a lot of time and energy to think of new and fun and exciting ways to do my makeup, so I kind of stick to about the same thing with almost the same products every single day. It started out months ago, just a little bit of mascara, a little bit of eyebrows, a little bit of concealer, and then I slowly built from that. Some days I do a little less, some days I do a little more. So I think today we might go out into town and go look for some new clothes for our son. So I might do my little bit more makeup today, which is still not that much, I don't think. I mean, it's not a lot. I don't know, you be the judge, or don't. You don't have to judge me. Okay, anyways, moving on. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna just kind of walk you through my most days makeup routine as a new mom. I am a first-time mom, so everything is brand new, and having a go-to look makes everything so much easier. And these again are the products that I've been using like nonstop. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna zoom you in just a smidge, get up close and personal with my face. I did cleanse this morning and moisturize and sunscreen and all of that jazz. So we are starting from a fresh canvas. Nowadays, the first thing I go in with is a concealer. I am trying to use up this concealer right here. This is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, I think is what it's called, and it is in the shade Silk. I did find recently that I don't have a lot of concealers that are in my shade. I bought a lot of them that were just far too light for me, so I am kind of trying to figure out what my actual, this is pretty close to like the actual shade that I would want a concealer to be. So I start with some concealer in these spots, and then some days I go in with a brush, but usually I just go in with a sponge and just kind of try and blend that out. I usually blend it onto the corner of my eye. I don't really use a lot of eyeshadow primer. Well, I don't usually use eyeshadow primer nowadays because I don't really use a lot of eyeshadow nowadays. I just simply don't have the time, and I also just kind of like that more natural look. Is it natural? Probably not really, but just like the less eyeshadow heavy look. That's just kind of been more my jam. So we blend that in. This, in case you're curious, I think this is the BK Beauty sponge. Big fan, big fan. I like most sponges. I don't like the Real Techniques one, which is like everybody's favorite sponge. Not my favorite, I don't know. I do also like the ColourPop sponge. I do like the original Beauty Blender sponge. Okay, so that already looks so much better. Neutralized those under eyes. Next, I go in with a foundation to kind of, sometimes I don't. So I'll go ahead and like mention the things that I sometimes don't do. So sometimes I don't put any foundation on. I just put concealer where you saw me put it a moment ago. Or if I have any redness or spots or anything, then I'll leave it at that and then do the rest of my makeup. And then sometimes I do want to put some foundation on. This is not something I've shown on my channel before, and it is a somewhat new purchase. I purchased it within the last 9 months that I have not really been on my channel a whole heck of a lot, and it's this right here. It is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation in the shade LN6. I really love this. Big fan of this brand too. I have one of their blushes, which I think I have shown on my channel before. Really like this. It's a very, I would say, medium coverage kind of foundation. I pumped some out on the back of my hand, and we're just gonna apply this. I found that this works well with a sponge or a brush. If I want it to be a little more dewy, a little more natural, then I usually like to go in with the sponge just because it adds a little bit more moisture back in. I've almost exclusively been using this foundation. Big fan, big fan. And the Sephora semi-annual sale is coming up here pretty fast. Hopefully I'll get this video up before that. This brand is sold at Sephora in case you're interested. There are a few products, just heads up, that I did get sent in today's video. I'll make sure to mention what those products are. The products I've used so far though. Oh, except this. I did get sent this sponge, but the other makeup products I purchased myself. So what's been up with all of you? I feel like, no, I don't feel like, I have been relatively absent on my channel just because I've been very, very busy between being a new mom, figuring out all of that jazz, and then going back to work. And I got a promotion literally the day I went back to work. Well, working towards, offered a promotion to work towards. So I am in the middle of doing that. And then I'm also exclusively pumping. I think I have a whole video already up on kind of an update on my life if you'd like to go check it out, but I don't have a heck of a lot of time, so I haven't been on here very much. So I'd love to know what's new with you, anything exciting. There's a lot of really horrible things going on in the world, so I'd love to hear something positive that's going on in your life. Here we've got that foundation. I think it looks beautiful. I will end up setting my under eyes and my forehead in a moment after I get done with my cheek products. Also, let's take a moment to appreciate this gorgeous mug. I purchased it from a small batch potterist. I don't actually know how to say that properly, but someone who's based in Oregon who does small scale pottery. This, I think, was from her very first launch. She has an Instagram, which is where I found her. I will link it down below in case you're interested, but look at how gorgeous this is. Okay, so next, I'm gonna go in with some cream cheek products. I have been using this nonstop. I don't know that I've shown this on my channel yet either. This is the Fenty Beauty Match Stick Matte Skin Stick Crayon. It's a bronzer, a cream bronzer, in the shade Amber 01. It is her like a cool toned bronze contour kind of shade. I use it more as a contour, so I just do a line there and a line there. And if I'm feeling fancy, I might add a couple lines to my forehead. I don't mess around too much up here, even though I've got quite the substantial forehead. And then I take this brush right here. This is the BK Beauty 106. You can use a sponge. I find that this contour bronzer situation blends out really, really well with this in particular. I bet this would work just in general with any cream bronzer. Again, BK Beauty 106. This one was sent to me. They did send me a handful of brushes a while back. And I mean, like, okay, I could go in and blend a little bit more, but literally that easy, so easy. It's just like there and then blended, and it looks gorgeous. I think I like it. I'm a fan. I wake up early so I can pump, do my makeup, wash my face, not in that order, and get ready for the day before my son wakes up. So this usually, because I kind of do it every day, might take me 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, just because I, boom, got it done, good to go. It also depends on like how much I'm doing, if I'm cutting things out. Next, I am going to use this blush right here, another cream product. This is by Merit. They did send this to me. This is in the shade Beverly Hills. And sometimes I'll use my fingers, sometimes I'll use another BK Beauty brush. This is the BK Beauty 108. It's like my favorite brush ever. I love it so much. I think today I'm gonna go ahead and use my fingers. And I'm going to just rub my finger in there and dab it on my cheeks. I really like this shade a lot. I think it's super, super neutral. I have one other shade in this formula and it's quite a bit darker, even though it works for my skin tone, but it is quite a bit more of like a dark berry color. This is just like the perfect neutral, warm toned shade. Every once in a while, if like I'm really desperate, I'll cut out blush, but I almost always do bronzer at least, just to add some color into my, oh, also, I'm not putting this on the bridge of my nose. I know that this isn't for everybody, but I like it. Next, we're going to put on some highlight. I have been using this. This is the Auric Glow Lust in the shade Morganite. This is actually her second launch of Morganite. The first one was a little bit darker. This one is the newer, lighter, more neutral shade, and it's perfect for my skin. I purchased the original one. I still have it. I think I might list it on Poshmark eventually for like a discounted price because I want it to go to somebody who will love it and use it. And now I have this one, so I won't be using the other one. But I love this one so much. So I just take a little bit and I pop it onto my cheekbones. And then sometimes I also take it up here right under my eyebrow just to kind of bring that glow up there. And then I'll put a little bit on the tip of my nose, a little bit on my cupid's bow, and put it on the other side. Cool. So now I'm going to set my under eyes and my forehead crinkles, just because inevitably I will have foundation or concealer settling into those places just because it just does. That's how my skin works. I recently used up the Fenty Beauty powder, so I have moved on to my Hourglass powder that I'm trying to use up. I think that when I run out of all my powders, like I'm trying to use them all up, I'll probably repurchase the Fenty one just because I like it so much and it's cheaper and I like that brand. Oh, in case you're curious, this is the BK Beauty 104 brush. I do like this. My favorite brush though for setting my face is this one right here. This is the Flower Beauty brush. I'm not even 100% sure if they still sell this. If they do, I would highly recommend it. It's just this little powder brush, super flexible. It's great for under the eyes. I also use it, just to powder all over my face because I don't do a heavy powder usually, but I washed this recently, so I just went ahead and brought out this one and it works fine, but this is my baby. This is my favorite one. Okay, so we got my forehead. Sometimes I'll powder a little bit under here just to make sure. Our base is pretty much done. So now we're gonna go to the eyes and lip area. We'll start with the eyes. Sometimes I don't do any eyeshadow at all. For the longest time I wasn't. Nowadays what I've been doing is I've been taking one matte shade and putting it just like in the outer corner and crease. And I did recently purchase a Natasha Denona mini palette. This is, I think, Biba. Yeah, the mini Biba palette. And I think like all the brushes I'm using today are BK Beauty. This is the 202 brush, a really great crease brush. I think this one I purchased. Yeah, this one I purchased. The last one I did not. That one was sent to me. And I am just gonna take this. Sometimes I use the darker matte shade. Today I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the lighter matte shade in this palette. And I'm just going to lightly put it kind of in the outer corner, a little bit into the crease. Like I said, sometimes I skip this step, but we're going out today. We don't go out a lot, so I might as well glam it up. And because I put a little bit up there, I am going to take a little bit of this and drag it a little bit on my lower lash line just to kind of balance it out. Okay, now this is another thing that I have been doing very consistently from the beginning, is I have been taking a pencil liner, and this is the one I've been using almost exclusively. It's the Raw Beauty Christie Color Pop pencil liner in Woodsy, and I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to get this on camera, but I've been taking it and running it along my upper lash line. Not all the way to the center, about to the midway point, making sure to stay pretty close to my lash line. And then I drag it out just a little bit. And then I take this teeny tiny little BK Beauty brush. This is the 208, and it's a super small angled brush. I love it so much. It works great for hooded eyes. And I drag out that pencil liner into a little bit more of a point. And I also can just like clean up that pencil liner a little bit and smooth it out. And if I need to, I can go back in and add a little bit more, just like that. And I have a cat trying to get into this room. Hold on. Okay, I have two cats that have joined us. They will probably want back out of this room. I'm gonna go ahead and do just the other side real fast off camera because it's kind of a hassle, and now it's on the other side, so you won't even be able to see it. Okay, I did the other side. I have not had like any issues with this pencil until today, and now it feels like it's super dry, so that's fun. So that's what I do to add a little bit of pizzazz to my eyeballs. Next, we're on to the last handful of things. Let's go ahead and do my eyebrows first. So I have been using the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP in the shade Light Blonde. I like it. I like it a lot, especially because my hair is very light blonde nowadays. For the longest time I was using like taupe, but because my hair is so light, I am a big fan of this light blonde shade. I also like this because it seems to stay in place just about all day. I have usually pretty oily skin, so I have to be pretty careful with the brow products that I use. And I don't really do anything super exciting or special with my brows. I just kind of fill them in because they're super sparse. This side isn't too bad, but this side, my brow just like disappears from there on out. And that's about the extent of that. This side needs a little bit more love. Perfect. Brows are done. I'm gonna go ahead and put some mascara on. I have been using this right here. This is the Merit mascara. Lots of Merit products today. I think everything they sent me, yeah, everything Merit was sent to me. This they sent to me kind of a while ago. I probably need to toss it and start using a different mascara, but I really like this for more natural days. Yeah, I would say more natural days. Like, it's not a super volumizing mascara, but it's nice and lengthening and separating, which I like. All right, one side done. Now let's do the other. All right, mascara is on. Now we kind of go to the fun stuff. So a lot of times, sometimes I'll put a highlighter in my inner corner. A lot of times I like to put something that's got a little more pizzazz to it. And lately that has been this right here. This is the ColourPop and Raw Beauty Christie Super Shock Shadow in the shade Olympic. And I just take this and a little sponge tip applicator. I take a little bit of that and I just pop it right into my inner corner, and it just adds this really fun glitter moment. You probably can't see it too much, but it's a nice little touch. Perfect. Just a little bit of that, just a little dab of glitter. And then next, some people aren't gonna love this, I'm a big fan of the whole freckle thing. I usually add a splash of freckles across the bridge of my nose. Oh, okay, so off the bat, that's a little much. So we are going to take our fingers and kind of dab them in so it makes them look a bit more natural. Perfect. And I think last, but certainly not least, I don't do this every day, but I am going to do it today because they sent these to me and I'm so excited. These are the new Merit lipsticks, and when I first saw them, even when I got them, I was just kind of like, oh, another lipstick. I'm sure they'll be fine, but nothing to write home about. Excited to say I was proven wrong. I really love this formula. I'm considering picking up more of these. These are like one of my favorite formulas nowadays, and it makes sense for Merit because Merit is more of like a 5-minute makeup routine, minimalist situation, and that's exactly what these are. They're not super heavy, they're not super matte, they're very comfortable, moisturizing splash of pigment, but in such a nice way. So they sent me 2 different colors. They sent me the shade Baby and the shade L'Avenue. Might be how you pronounce that. Baby is a lighter color, L'Avenue is a little bit darker. So I'll go ahead and swatch them real fast for you. I think I'm gonna go with Baby. This is what it looks like right here. And then L'Avenue, like I said, is a little bit darker. And there it is right there. So that's like a few swipes back and forth. If I just do one swipe of L'Avenue, you can see it's much more sheer. So it's more of a sheer, moisturizing, comfortable. And I love the little packaging. It's so cute. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with the more neutral, everyday, wearable color. Not that either one of them are not wearable. They're not a super bright, super matte kind of situation. So again, this is the shade Baby. I like it a lot. This is something I could see myself wearing consistently, constantly. I think it's super pretty. It looks super good on my skin tone, very flattering. I love this so much. And that's the look. This is a little bit more amped up than I go on the daily basis. If I'm just at home doing nothing, I might not wear lipstick. I might not wear a little bit of eyeshadow. Again, sometimes I don't put on foundation, but these are all of the pieces combined that I might do. And this is kind of the most I might do. And I think it's really pretty. These have been my go-to products that I've been using. You know, if you find something that works, especially when you're a new parent, you kind of stick to that. I hope that you enjoyed. Again, let me know something positive that's going on in your life down in the comments below. I think we all could use a little positivity nowadays. And I hope that you enjoyed. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe so you don't miss future content from me, don't forget to do so. All of those buttons are right down below. And I think that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.